Okay, let's see if we can get off to a better start this game. I gotta take out the master spells. I think put one Leroy in. What's another answer? Unfortunately, lost 2 games. The last game was kind of the one where we just got trounced the quickest. But we had a lot of answers we didn't draw between 2 Light Bombs, a Holy Nova, 2 Arcanized. We had 5 cards we could have drawn. That would have been put us in a very good position. Coin. Skeletal Smith, that's fine. Do some trades. Yeah, this time we have the Alchemy piece. Can we draw the circle? At some point we'll be desperate for it, I guarantee. Ooh. Kinda rough. These could combo well. On Shadow Word, paint it. Maybe we Wolf Rider it and hope for something that can help us do a. I think we just use both of these. This is our answer to a Spectral Knight. No, it will be 1 turn too late. Another one. Hard for us to handle. We have no answer to that. Oh, circle is our answer as usual. It's already a bad enough board, we'd need to use that. We can do 3 damage to something. I think we need to increase our chance of getting to circle. Hopefully he plays more stuff that fits into it pretty nicely. Whoa. Okay. Let the pain begin. Reasonable board to Light Bomb. We're ahead on the fatigue race, unfortunately. Oh my god, we died of Frostbolt. Come on, seriously. We Holy Nova this? I think so. Start the long climb. We still have heal bots.
Join me.
We don't have a Shadow Word Death.
Mind if I roll need?
We used our... I guess we can Holy Fire that. Also, Explosive Sheep, try to get more value out of it. We go up to 9. Yeah. Very, very greedy. You need to be able to do 4 damage. That's exactly the kind of thing we want. And we kill that there. Yet again, we badly want a circle. We have 2 Alkanized, maybe I use it to just kill. No, I don't have enough mana. Gonna have to take more damage. He's ahead on the fatigue race at least now.
Join me in
Shadow of Death, Circle of Healing, we have 4 cards. And the Light Bomb, we have 5 cards that will do really good here. We get none of them. 3 or less attack. What can we kill? Can Shadow Word Pain that? Holy, yeah. Gotta do what we gotta do, and we do not draw the cards we need.
Naxxramas is
Do have a Shadow Word Pain for that next time. Okay, we finally get the circle. Is it worth using at this point? We don't know what he's still gonna play. We've dealt with one Spectral Knight. Have we dealt with two? I really should keep track of this stuff. I don't think it's important enough to not take the damage just yet. We still have 2 heal bots in our deck, let's not forget. This is a board worth circling, I think. Can also just Explosive Sheep. We're not really gonna need to do AoE. It's gonna be another fatigue. Crazy.
I have no time for games.
Exactly what Sylvanas is in our deck to deal with. We probably never want to play that. Can kill this with a Shadow Madness. Light Bomb. I think we want to put the 4 damage on. It's gonna turn into a race at some point. Now that only does 1 damage to us, so I think the heal is technically more valuable. Unless he gets a spell. Oh, and now also Shadow Madness cannot actually kill it. Might need to use an Alchemy. Oh, that's a pretty good answer. Damn it, still another one of those. I guess we Master Spell. Yeah. Do something we really don't want. Oh, we've dealt with all 3 now. What else does he have? Is there another Necronite? We have our Shadow of Death now. We actually cannot really deal with that. Not a lot of life we need to gain. I think we took too much damage early. I think that would be worth circling even if we get the other circle. We do. Yeah, there's 3 cards left. At least one's a Necronite.
Join me in death.
Now we have heal bots. It's gonna be the usual race. We almost certainly do not want to play that. Don't have a good answer for that necessarily. Oh, we have another Wolf Rider though. We use both. We have another antique heal bot. I think a Wolf Rider. Otherwise we need to let this grow to a 5/5 before we can kill it. Wolf Rider. Damn it, Shadow Madness. He needs to play another thing for us to actually... I can Master Spell it. Does that help? Maybe we did already heal bot once.
I'm out of cards.
No, okay. And we're still getting maximum value out of this. And we're gonna Shadow Death. And heal like crazy and hope. And probably just lose. 34, man. About that extra 5 would have been pretty good. We're taking 1 now. Difference is 8. So we catch up in 4 turns. I think we should have it this time. He's taking 4 to our, what? 3? Yeah. We finally got this. Yeah, soon he's going to be ahead of us. Or yeah, he's already ahead of where we are before his turn. Could probably even Master Spell once. Then he's going to go down to 1. Interesting. The Battle of Fatigue. This time we finally end 2 turns ahead. And Priest has also taken down Heroic Sapphiron.
I do not like you.
Let's take a look at the deck. I called my Druid deck Fatigue Wars, but this is real Fatigue Wars. 3 of the 5 games I played came down to Fatigue, where we're literally dying within 1 or 2 turns of each other with massive Fatigue numbers. I think this deck could still be improved. Mass Dispels, I think, were just not worth it. I would definitely take 1 out for a Leroy, and I'm not sure what I'd do with the other, honestly. Maybe even, nah, I was going to say put a Thaddeus in, but you need to put in Fugan and Stalag, which is not worth it, probably. Belnos was seldom worth it, too. Reckless, what else takes out, what else has 6 charge? Nothing else a priest can play. Anyway, Circles of Healing are almost exclusive, are exclusively to go with your Alchemy. You need some big AoE, the equivalent of a Flame Strike, that's it. And in games where you do not draw those together, by the time he floods the board, you're probably going to die. Holy Smites help as removal. They're pretty underwhelming, but, you know, you'll do a Holy Nova and want to finish something else off, or do an Explosive Sheep, want to finish something else off. Shadow Word Pain's pretty good against Shades of Naxxramas once they pop. Mana Worms even. In a pinch, Loot Hoarder to get out of the way of a Necro Knight so that it kills a bigger thing next to it, like a Spectral Knight. Thelnos a bit underwhelming. The idea is to pair him with something like Holy Nova, which does 3 damage to the board, can get rid of Shades that have grown a turn, Skeletal Smiths, etc., but it never really seems to happen. Explosive Sheep, cheap AoE. Nerubian Egg is a 2-mana 4/4 that can trade with something or eat up a Frostbolt. Shadow Word Deaths are in there for the Necro Knights. It's unfortunate when you have to use other removal on them because this is just so efficient. Wolf Riders are, again, cheap removal for Skeletal Smiths, Mana Worms, Shades of Nax once they pop. Master Spell, the idea is to help with Spectral Knights, and potentially Shades by kind of silencing everything. But in practice, drawing the extra card actually really hurts, because often you are getting down to these fatigue battles where you end up losing by 1 turn, and you saw me, like I was petrified to play it at the end. Shadow Madness, you can get a really lucky trade, but it's kind of high variance. Often it ends up being not really useful. Sometimes it saves you, though. Alchemy Soul Priest, you basically always want to save for your Circles of Healing, like we talked about. Holy Nova AoE, anti heal bots to counter his Pure Colds, and give you, what's the word, like extension in the fatigue game. Leroy I didn't have, but I would put in instead of the other master spell I had in as just a direct way to remove a Spectral Knight. Same as Sylvanas is in there just to remove a Spectral Knight. When it's the only thing on the board. You put Sylvanas out, steal it, and get an attack with it. It's a 2-for-1, even though Sylvanas is dying instantly. Holy Fires work well. You often need a... That's kind of in theory why Thelnos is in here too, so that a Holy Fire can actually kill a Necro Knight. But again, it seldom actually happens, and extra card draw from Thelnos is a bit of a problem too, which is why I might... Another reason to potentially take the Blood Mage out. Holy Fire still, you often end up comboing with like Holy Smite or Explosive Sheep or things that help you get rid of that Necro Knight the way you want. What else is there? Light Bomb. 2 Light Bombs. Surprisingly useful. Most of the stuff he plays, maybe Mana Worm's only exception, just die to them, you know, have attack higher than or equal to their health. Necro Knights noticeably do not. The 5/6 means you need some other little thing to help you finish it off, like a Holy Smite or a Explosive Sheep or whatnot. Or just like Shadow Madness, something else into it, but it gets most of the work done. Light Bomb often proves, often when you draw it and he does have a bunch of minions out, it feels really good. And that's the deck. It'll pretty much, if you use it right, take you to fatigue battles every single game where you do not die quickly, which was in our case 3 of 5, and tricky though. Tricky to make sure that he's the one who dies from fatigue and not you. But it can be done. It has been done with Priest. Only a couple classes left to defeat Sapphiron with. Looking forward to that. See you next time.